in almost all of my classes, I was one of the only, if not the only, student of color. I didn't have a black teacher until college, not including my elementary teacher that I had once a week, and my substitute teacher, shout out to Mrs. Campbell and Mr. Patterson. On top of the fact that I was trying to focus on my education and extracurriculars, I had next to no one that looked like me alongside of me. To add to that, in many instances, I actually got bullied for it. The same school, Oviedo High School, the same school that has allowed students to drive pickup trucks with Confederate flags harnessed to them, is the same school whose students threw acorns, small stones, and really anything they could find at me during lunch. But lucky for me, I had friends that would make me move so I wouldn't constantly get pelted at. I realized early on that my race would not be an issue for me, but for those around me. When I was studying at Florida State University, I spent my 4 years building relations with the FSUPD, with historically black colleges and universities, HBCU, FAMU, literally on the other side of the tracks, in a capital city, Florida's capital city, where the major streets are named after slave owners, Call, Copeland, Madison, Monroe, etc., okay? And black students being a minority at FSU, I wanted to ensure that I would make a difference and disarm any stereotype the FSUPD might have had against the black students. I'd seen a quote that says, "When the color of your skin is seen as a weapon, you will never be seen as unarmed." Let that sink in. Couldn't be more true. Ever since, I would engage with men and women in blue to give them a new perspective of what lies beneath brown skin. How? With the power of conversation. No, I don't think all cops are bad, nor have I ever. I do know that the color of your skin influences how you're viewed, including by police, and I'll be damned if I ever looked at a cop automatically thinking, he's the bad guy, the way others have with people of color for so many years. It's counterproductive. Unfortunately, the public actions of the rotten-hearted have had a detrimental effect on so many that share their occupation. Good cops? Yeah, y'all need to hold your people accountable. I'm talking to y'all. Quit letting these power-hungry, testosterone-slinging lowlifes continue to harm and attempt to dominate the people that y'all all swore to serve and protect. Just the way that y'all are part of the community, the black community is also part of the community. So I say again, good cops, y'all need to hold the bad cops accountable. Another way we can promote change is by making sure all 8 policies to decrease police violence are implemented. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, all right. Let me read that again. Another way we can promote change is by making sure all 8 policies to decrease police violence are implemented. The duty to intervene, ban shooting at moving vehicles, the use of force continuum, require de-escalation, have a policy banning chokeholds, or strangleholds, require warning before shooting, require exhausting another means before shooting, and require comprehensive reporting. Today is for those that fell victim to police murder and racism in our country. Today is for Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile, Oscar Grant, Anthony Hill, Yvette Smith, Terrence Crutcher, Walter Scott, Tamir Rice, Jordan Edwards, Alton Sterling, Eric Garner, Sandra Bland, Michael Brown, Rodney King, Stephon Clark, A. Tatiana Jefferson, Botham Jean, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and the countless other victims that weren't filmed. We seek for y'all justice. Rest in power, kings and queens. We will make sure your death was not in vain. Please join me for 8 minutes and 46 seconds of silence. Okay, you got it?